Hey guys, welcome to NFL Week 3. A lot of games here that I'll be going through, giving my opinion and side on these games. Big week coming up here. A lot of good games, a lot of matchups that I think are really good to bet. So we'll get right into it here. Some of them obviously I feel more strongly than others, but I'll go through them all and give you my opinion on them. First game, this is one that I really love. Cincinnati at the Jets. This is your classic sell high, buy low game. Cincinnati, I mean, there's not many teams who have not necessarily have looked as bad as them. I think they've only lost by 3 points in the first two games, but no one expected Cincinnati to start off 0-2. Burrow's kind of right where he left off last season, getting sacked every other play, it seems. But the good news is for Cincinnati, the Jets only have 3 sacks on the season. This is a get-right game for Cincinnati. I mean, the Bengals, teams that start 0-2 typically aren't going to be going to the playoffs anyway. 0-3, forget about it. So this is obviously their season right here. They're playing the Jets. Again, we're going to buy low on the Bengals. -4.5, I think, is a steal. -5, whatever. Take Cincinnati against the Jets. It's the Jets. We were on them last week. Definitely not on them this week. They're a bad team. They're one of the 5 worst teams in the league. The total is also 45. I would bet the over. So take Cincinnati -4.5. Take the over 45. Or just take one or the other, whatever you like more. But I definitely like that game there. Next game, Houston and Chicago. I'm seeing Chicago a 3.5 point favorite, which is insane. The Bears laying more than a field goal is crazy to me. Chicago might be worse than the Jets. They might be worse than the Jets. They can't do anything. They can't run the ball. They can't throw the ball. They can't, they can't coach. They can't kick. They suck. I mean, as bad as Houston is, at least Houston is somewhat competitive. They're at least in these games. Houston at +3.5. I'm all over the Texans in this game. Win or lose, whatever. I'm taking Houston and put them on the money line. I'm just taking the Texans to win this game, but +3.5 to me just seems like is the 100% the right side. Next game, New Orleans at Carolina. New Orleans is a 1.5 point favorite. Listen, I'm done with Carolina, done with those guys. I'm taking the Saints, and I was on the Saints last week against the Bucs, and they came up short. Listen, New Orleans' defense is great. I mean, they look like a top 5 defense. Unfortunately, last week I think Winston threw 3 interceptions on 3 consecutive drives. I don't think that's going to happen this week. Carolina, to me, is terrible. I mean, I was on them. I thought they could be okay this year, but Baker Mayfield sucks. New Orleans I don't know what he's going to do against that Saints defense. This is a division game. I'm just going to take the better team, and I think New Orleans is a better team. 1.5 point favorite. Honestly, just take New Orleans on the money line. I think is the best bet. Saints money line. There you go. Next game, Green Bay and Tampa Bay. This is a great matchup. 2 NFC powerhouses or favorites, whatever, coming into the year. Tampa Bay has done nothing offensively in the first 2 games. They've been winning because of defense. Tampa's receiving core, I don't know what. Evans is suspended. Julio Jones is injured, probably not going to play. Godwin is questionable. I don't think he practiced yesterday. So I don't know. I'm not going to count out the Bucs and Brady. Obviously, he doesn't need all his receivers to do well. And Tampa's defense has been doing very well, but I think Green Bay is just a better team right now. I don't like taking Rodgers typically on the road, going to warm weather cities. But I'm going to take Green Bay at +1.5. It's not going to be like a top play, but if I had to rate it, like a 3% play, that's what I would say. So give me the Packers +1.5 there. Next game, win, lose, or tie, or just win or lose in this spot. I think this is the right side. Miami and Buffalo. Buffalo is a 6.5 point favorite. I'm taking Miami plus 6.5, and I would take the over. I think the over is around 52, something like that. I would bet Miami and the over. Again, Buffalo, no one's better than them. Of course, they can go out and just beat up on Miami, but I just think Miami is the right side. So whatever, if they don't cover, so be it. But Miami plus 6.5, I think, is definitely the sharp side. You're getting a lot of sharp money coming on that side. What else do I got here? Indianapolis and Kansas City. KC is a 6-point favorite. This is one where, you really got to have guts to pick them. Definitely the sharp side is Indianapolis plus 6. This is their home opener. This is kind of similar to how the Browns were in a sandwich spot last week. You'll see Kansas City in that spot this week. They have 10 days rest, but they came off a big division win against the Chiefs. And then next week, I believe the Chiefs have Tampa Bay. So they have coming off a big win, going into a big game next week. They got winless Indianapolis here. They got shut out last week. They look bad. This is one where you got to plug your nose and hope for the best, because this one could be 14-0 Chiefs at the end of the first quarter. I don't know. It's hard to say how the Colts are going to keep this game close. So this is not going to be like a huge play, and I can't blame you for taking KC. But Indianapolis would be a pick here that is definitely the sharp side if you want to take the Colts plus 6. Other games I have on here, that's pretty much it. The Philly and Washington game has been bet down. I saw earlier in the week this game was like 48.5, and I was like, the under was just coming in. It was very sharp on the under. That game's been bet down to like 44.5, so you probably lost value on that now. But I wouldn't even touch the side. I think the Eagles are laying almost 7 points on the road, which is crazy. The Eagles are kind of a dark horse in the NFC right now. A lot of people are liking them. And Washington has looked terrible. But, yeah, I don't know. I was going to say under, but you're probably not going to get I don't think you're going to get any value anymore. If you want, you can use the Eagles in a teaser and just tease them down to a pick 'em. But other than that, not much to say on that game. So definitely my favorite ones are Bengals minus 4.5 and take the over 45 in that game. Houston plus 3.5. New Orleans, just pick a money line against Carolina. Green Bay as well, plus 1.5 against Tampa Bay. Those are my favorite ones. And I think, again, if you want to get a little bit gutsy, Indy plus 6 I think is the right side, and definitely Miami plus 6.5 against Buffalo. Even can look at the over 52 in that game, I think is the right side. Good luck, guys. Subscribe, comment, like the videos, and good luck in the upcoming week 3.